The previous generation maybe was damaging our atmosphere, the earth, out of ignorance. Now ignorance is no longer a good excuse. We know.
More than 15,000 scientists are sounding an alarm about climate change. They call it a warning to humanity.
The extent of climate change continues to increase.
But it seems this extreme weather isn't random. A UN report says this is climate change, and things are only going to get worse.
We need to take action. There is no country in the world that is not experiencing firsthand the drastic effects of climate change. Further, global warming is causing long-lasting changes to our climate system, which threatens irreversible consequences if we do not take action now. Climate change has caused extreme weathers, rising sea levels, global warming, and many more. The animals and the humans are affected, and it is because of our apathy towards our environment.
Over the coming 25 or 30 years, scientists say the climate is likely to gradually warm with more extreme weather. Coral reefs and other sensitive habitats are already starting to die. Longer term, if emissions rise unchecked, scientists fear climate effects so severe that they might destabilize governments, precipitate the sixth mass extinction of plants and animals in the Earth's history, and melt the polar ice cap, causing the seas to rise high enough to flood most of the world's coastal cities. The emissions that create those risks are happening now, raising deep moral questions for our generation.
The generation of electricity is the single largest source of CO2 emissions. The smoke from vehicles emit carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases which trap heat in our atmosphere. Cutting down of trees to make papers for the people to use and is wasted. And the widespread use of plastic bags all over the world are examples of the human-produced causes of climate change. In 2015, the member states of the United Nations adopted the Sustainable Development Goals, or SDG, which together paint a picture of what we all want the world to look like in 2030. The 13th goal of the SDG is climate action, and what it aims is to combat climate change for our planet to be safe and sustainable for today and for the future. If we cause climate change, we can be the remedy, and even the smallest action that we take can transform our world. Just by not smoking cigarettes, so we can reduce the spread of unhealthy gases in our atmosphere, by choosing reusable products such as eco bags instead of using plastic bags which pollute our environment, by turning off the lights when not in use to reserve energy, by recycling paper, glass, plastic, metal, and even old electronics.
Consume less meat and become vegetarian for one day a week. The meat production industry has a huge impact on the environment.
These are just a few examples on how we can help solve climate change. We have to start loving our home because it is the only earth that we have, for the animals, for the humans, and for the generations to come. So start sharing the goal of climate action. Inform each one of their roles in making this goal a success, and all together, we can combat climate change and restore the health of our planet.
Your planet needs you. Join us and be a part of change.